Download that app and you can catch the Cindy's Toy Show and Nooga Radio anywhere, anytime. And Shoutcast. And of course, we're live streaming on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. And we are on Facebook as well. Hello, Facebook. We're just so glad for everyone that's joining us for the Cindy's Choice Show on Nooga Radio. I am Cindy, and it is Cindy's Choice to make a positive impact in our community. We are all about community collaboration. We gather businesses that complement each other and have the same target market. We provide them shared marketing management, allowing amazing cost savings with much added value. Some of that added value, or much of that added value, being what we do contribute to the community. When we all pull together, we can do so much more together. And that's what Cindy's Choice is about. I have a great guest that I'm always excited to have with me. Hey, Dennis.
Hey, Cindy. How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you. I've got Dennis Schroeder with me. With one of my most preferred vendors, Nova Advisors, and he's going to be joining us in a conversation today about emergency preparedness. But first, a quick shout out to another favorite preferred vendor, Chicken Salad Chick.
They are so great. I love them.
Aren't they the best?
They are.
And as with all of my preferred vendors, they don't just have a great product, but it's great people behind it. Josh Patton is a wonderful contributor to our community. And I'm so proud of him opening the third location at Erlanger Mall. That's being very well received. He's got the downtown location. Then there's the Gun Barrel location over by Target. So be sure and check out Chicken Salad Chick, Chicken Salad Chick, Chattanooga.com, Chicken Salad Chick, Chattanooga.com. Something for everyone and a really wonderful catering option. And then again, my other wonderful sponsor, as I mentioned, Nova Advisors. Since you're here, Dennis, I'll let you say what I normally give a little plug about what Nova Advisors is.
Well, great.
So what is Nova Advisors, Dennis?
Nova Advisors is a contingency-based business savings service. Basically, we talk with owners of businesses, and through a conversational kind of question and answer approach, yes, we look at different things that they do to see if we can bring some special advisors and special services in to save money in their operations.
And a lot of what I like about Nova Advisors is you're not a consultant. It's not like someone you go like pay to come in and tell you all the things you need to do with your business. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but the fact that you can find things right up front. Exactly. And recognize cost savings and reclaiming lost money. And then there's no upfront fee in order to find that. The fee comes out of those savings. Now, there is a small software fee.
There's a software fee for one of the services, and it's the one that applies to most businesses so that a business can take advantage of the Workers' Opportunity Tax Credit.
Yeah.
But there are about a dozen services that we provide, and it's not all applicable to every business. The rest of those services are based entirely upon the savings that we put back into the business's pocket. But even with the software fee, it's a minimal amount compared to what we know we're going to get for the business owner as they hire new employees.
Right, exactly. No, it's a very small fee. And I want to give a quick shout out to my firefighter buddies, Britt Bradshaw and Mark Kaufman, joined me last week to talk about the Chattanooga 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb. That actually happens this Sunday on the 17th, September 17th, down at the SunTrust Building, 736 Market Street, the SunTrust Building downtown. You can still register for that. And it's just $35, includes the T-shirt, events.firehero.org/Chattanooga. That's events.firehero.org/Chattanooga. That's the Chattanooga 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb. They're actually going to climb 110 flights of stairs.
Wow.
With full gear on. I get emotional in honor of the I think it was 343 first responders that lost their lives on 9/11. So powerful stuff there, folks. I hope you can support that. Again, they're at the SunTrust Building downtown. So really briefly, I just found out that Dennis has been trained in emergency preparedness.
Years and years ago, yes. I was When I was in the Army, I did a lot of that kind of work, but also after I left the Army for a number of years, I was employed as the emergency planner for a major Army hospital in the Pacific Northwest and participated in the emergency management planning for the Puget Sound region. So yes, I've got a lot of experience with emergency management planning and emergency preparedness.
Okay, I don't have my glasses on. Does that look like phone on right there? Let's see who's calling us. Hello, this is Cindy. You're on the air.
Oh, I didn't know that I was on the air.
Oh, okay.
Someone had called me, and I was giving them a call back.
Okay, well, this is the live show on the air. You can call. I'm not sure what number to call.
Okay, it was a young man who called. Thank you. I'll just wait on him to call me back.
Okay, sure will. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Small radio station, folks. It's just all family here. And Russell, if you're listening, I think that's somebody for you to call back there. But go ahead. What you were saying?
So basically, I was confirming what the training and experience I had in emergency management and emergency preparedness was. And the thing, I think everybody is aware of the need for planning, given the two major hurricanes that have hit our country recently. But since we're inland, I mean, we're certainly not at risk of hurricanes, but there are a lot of things that can happen here and can happen here in Tennessee and that we should be thinking about and preparing for and not be caught off guard with it.
Yeah, I want to say, because coming from Texas, we are so used to going out and standing beside the storm shelter door and watching the clouds, or getting in the hallway and putting a mattress, like grabbing the kids' mattress off the bed and getting in the hallway and putting that over here. We're used to that. And, I remember living out here before thinking, well, at least we don't have to worry about tornadoes. But a few years ago, that changed.
Yeah.
And I was in Hurricane Ike in Houston when the tree blocked our front door and the other one came through the ceiling of the kitchen.
Wow.
It's like, and we thought we were prepared. We had a generator. There's just so many things you cannot prepare for. And Dennis, I'm from Houston, and I watched on live feeds my friends that were, posting, we're okay. Wait, we're not okay. Wait,
right.
We need rescued. And then there's a live feed of a boat pulling up to their house, rescuing them. But you just don't know the kinds of things that can happen.
Exactly. But you can do things to be prepared for them. And that's one of the things that I want to urge all of the listeners to start thinking about. Start thinking about the specifics of your situation. What is it that you do on a daily basis that takes you away from home? And think about what would happen. What if something happened that you could not use your cell phone, you could not get home because roads are blocked or bridges are down, or the local emergency management has shut roads off
right.
For safety reasons. Think through a plan for communication with your family. One of the things that we urge everybody to do is to have a plan for where you're going to meet up at, a plan for an evacuation location, essentially, so that okay, we're going to meet at the target, let's say, if that's within walking distance.
I like that, because if you've got kids at school and you're at work and something happens, or just, if you're alone, I mean, and something happens, you need to know where to meet with some kind of destination where you're all together to help each other.
Exactly.
Or at least know that everybody's okay, or who you need to find.
Exactly. And I do encourage also everybody in the listening audience to visit the website for your county emergency management, because they have some guidelines in there. They've got a lot of links, and it's something we can't cover everything in this radio show.
Exactly.
And so my emphasis for you as the listener is to visit that site, to plan to spend some time going over the things that are in there. And the things that are in there are not going to apply to everybody, but find the things that apply to you, to your family, to your situation. I take a lot of medicines to keep my heart going and keep my blood pressure in check, etc. Think through, if I have to be without my meds for a week or a month, how am I going to at least get a list of those meds?
Right. I know that was a big problem that I bet our next two guests might have ran into some, because we actually have with us here that are about to join us. We've got John Patel and Amish Patel that own the Budgetel, that is under construction at this time. They're the new owners of the Budgetel, and I don't want to steal their story. I'll let them tell you more. But you guys want to come on up and join us, and we want to talk about the very amazing thing that they did recently. I was so honored to be involved with this, in that they opened up their doors. And I'm going to let John tell it. I love the way he told it to me earlier this morning. They were actually able to open up their door to over 350 Irma evacuees. And John, step on up. Hey, so nice. Thank you so much for being here. These guys drove in from Atlanta. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting us, Cindy. We really appreciate it.
And tell me, John, the way you were telling me before, that phone call you made at 8 o'clock in the morning, when you got this revelation about the space that you had available.
Yes, actually, Cindy, like I was saying to you earlier on, I was watching the news early morning Saturday, and I was seeing the different areas in Atlanta and all over, offices and shelters and warehouses that were opening up to facilitate all these people. And I thought about my property in Chattanooga. It wasn't complete, but I thought I would make a call to the fire marshal and see if he would help us out and give a temporary permit so we can go ahead and put a place to stay and give him.
Get a little closer. Yeah, the mic's cutting out a little bit.
Yeah. And give him some shelter. And he actually was very helpful. And within 10 minutes, and came to the office with a CO permit. After actually, we had a lot of other people help.
Let's put you on the other mic. I don't know what's happening with this mic right here, but go ahead and just get real close to that mic and speak there.
Okay, so after he gave us the approval, we had people coming in. Also, we had a lot of local help from different businesses like restaurants and other.
Yes, and that's where I got the call from. Chicken Salad Chick. Josh Patton was the one that had been contacted. And he had just dropped off a bunch of chicken salad. He says, Cindy, you're going to want to know about this. And I immediately called Amish. And I'm like, how can I help? And he's like, we need to get the word out. So I rushed down to the hotel, and he connected me with Casey. Okay. And I rushed down there to say, well, what can I do? I blasted it on Facebook, of course. And I thought, oh my goodness, there's a rest area right across the street. Why don't I go over there? And he said, that's perfect. Go do that. And you guys, I went over there and I started spotting tons of Florida tags. And the very first person I walk up to, their expression on their face when I said, hey, are you guys okay? Do y'all need a place to stay? And I can't describe the expression on their face. There were so many devastated looking, kind of numb looking people there. And they didn't know where they were going. And they were like, really? You mean, really? There's a place to stay? I'm like, yep, it's just right across the street. And I explained where you're going, what you're doing. And the majority of people I spoke to, which were a lot of people, did go over there. And the majority of them asked me if they could please hug me. And when they hugged me, they were in full tears. They were so grateful being face to face with these people and, seeing their distraught looks. These are packed vehicles with children and pets. And a lot of these people, they didn't even know where they were going. They were just getting away. And some of them did have destinations, but they had been driving for hours, like in terrible traffic. No water when they would stop because it already sold out. And they still had like 12-hour drive to go. So it was just amazing to do that. And it wasn't long after that, I got a call from Casey and he's like, we're full. I said, we're full. So then I just started posting for more people to bring supplies. So why don't you jump in, Amish? This is Amish Patel.
Well, yeah, we never expected the amount of people that were stranded, literally on the side, sleeping in their cars. It was just amazing that we could do so much good with what we had. And that goodness just was like spread like wildfire. It was a hurricane in itself with how many people in Chattanooga and the city of Eastridge were able to help us out as well in bringing food, bringing supplies, everything from toothbrushes to lotions to clothes. It was just incredible. And a lot of it was also due to my awesome general manager, Casey Steinman, and his amazing family.
Yeah, I'm going to have Casey back on the show to talk about some of his firsthand experience.
They're just incredible people who really took the situation and, helped so many families, and just seeing the faces on everybody, as they're coming through, just knowing they had a place to sleep, to rest for the night, and they had food and water. They didn't have to worry about anything, because who knows what they're going to go back to in Florida. So at least we can give them peace of mind while they were still here.
Right. When I went back to take more chicken salad chick, I know Michelle with Papa John's, she had been there several times, and I got to cross paths with her. And I remember talking to Casey, and he's like, we were overloaded with everything except for toilet paper. So I went on a TP emergency.
Yeah.
And then put the word out for more toilet paper.
Yeah, Michelle with Papa John's, Josh, as you were saying, and Alan Cantrell, who really helped coordinate everything. Joy and Wendy with H3 Ministries, Scenic City Arc, Spring Creek Road Church, Julie Pratt with Acts of Random Kindness, East Ridge United Methodist Church, Scotty Bowman and Brandy, who catered lunch, and Rick's Locksmith. I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg, and everybody else. We really, really appreciate it, and couldn't have done it without any of you guys.
Oh, it's just amazing what you guys were able to do to take this. Again, I want to remind people, this hotel is not open. It's actually under construction. And once they were at capacity, Casey's telling me, but don't worry, tomorrow we've got construction crews coming, and we're going to finish out more rooms so that you can take more people in.
We brought them over from Alabama to help out. So.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. John, why don't you step back up and tell us, just tell us a little bit about your company. You say this is your first location in Chattanooga, right?
That is correct. Yes. But we've been in the hotel industry for the last 20 years. We've built about 35 hotels ground up. And in the last 5 years, we've bought about another 20, 25 distressed properties just like this one. We have about 900 rooms in Atlanta that are under renovation right now, and 2,500 rooms that are operational. And this was the closest one that was almost ready to open. So I wasn't sure if I would get the permission to go ahead and open up without the local authority giving me support. And I got that support from the fire marshal. After that, I think the mayor had helped out a lot with these people also. So I got great support in helping me support this tragedy.
Well, and I hope it's okay for me to say, I mean, it isn't easy for them to just okay things, but John Patel was more than willing to pay fines or whatever the consequences was. He wasn't going to let his building sit there empty when there were so many people in need. And myself being face to face with these people, I'm so thankful that you did that, because this is what it takes. And this is the positive that comes out of these kind of situations. And I don't like to seem insensitive to things, but I've gone through my own tragedy where I lost everything through flooding and devastation and so forth. And I know all the positive that came through. And a lot of it is because when heroes and helpers show up, it gives us hope. And there's a lot of people without hope. And you almost have to go through a tragedy to have hope, to realize what is out there, who's out there that's willing to help and eager to help.
Well, something like this, nobody likes to see stuff like this or get in a situation like this. But, if other people can help out just like this, and that's what everybody should do.
Yes.
If we have the accommodation, this is a time that we should stand for our people in our country, basically.
Exactly. And that's a lot. And that's what I was sharing with you guys earlier. That's what Cindy's Choice is about. We can do so much more together. And okay, yes, I can group people and market them more affordably and effectively, and they can share that cost. But the greater gain from that, the big added value to that is we can go help the community and contribute to the community more because we come together as a group like that. That's really the core of Cindy's Choice. The community collaboration means community, collaborating so we can do more together. And you guys have just set an amazing example of that. And it's just, I'm going to be, it's Cindy's choice. So I choose to be spotlighting, heroes and helpers for a while, because, we don't recognize, unless you've gone out there face to face with these people, you don't understand the value and the impact that the helpers are having.
Thank you very much, Cindy.
You're so welcome. Dennis?
That's right. And I just wanted to say here that, the people that you were talking to wanted to give you a hug, but really it's guys like this.
I know.
And it's all the others that you mentioned together that all deserve that.
Thank you, because that's what I told Amish. I'm like, Amish, everybody wants to hug me, and I'm like, no, y'all need to hug Amish and John. I go, they're not here, but hug me. No, you're exact. Because that's what I was like. Because every time they wanted to hug me, I would be like, well, Amish Patel, Casey Steinman, and I just like, go hug them, because this is. And that's what happens in these situations is like, you're appreciating me for helping. I'm appreciating you so much for helping. And then they're appreciating. It's like, it just creates, it's a bonding thing. You're sharing something together that creates a community bond.
Absolutely. And
that's a major theme to Chattanooga. And I'll help introduce you guys to that because I'm a transplant myself from Texas. But this city has gone through amazing transformation. And it's overcome some amazing tragedies with the major tornadoes years ago, or just some years ago, the 5 heroes that fell a couple of years ago at the shooting. There's been some major things that the city has overcome, and it's a very collaborative city, and there's no better place for me to start the concept of Cindy's Choice than right here in Chattanooga. And we are just so proud and so glad to have you guys here.
Absolutely.
We've got about a minute left. How about just share the information about Budgetel? Amish, if you will, tell about the address and so forth, and when you'll be open, that kind of thing.
We're located at 1410 North Mac Smith Road in Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's exit 1 on Eastridge. Hopefully, we're trying to get open right away. We've, maybe a couple of months at the latest. We're just trying to perfect things, and after this weekend, this was definitely a good test of our property, our rooms. We just want to get everything right. So also, if you are looking for a career in the hotel business, come on by, drop off your resume. We're looking for all departments.
You will love working for these guys, folks. So. And Casey is awesome. It's
Casey
wonderful people to work
is
for.
a great person to work with. We're just excited for the opportunity to be here in this great community.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great start.
Thank you so very much. Y'all stay with us. We've got a great second half coming up.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and sports leader. Nooga Radio. Digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM.
You've been in a wreck. 756-6400. You've been wrongfully fired. 756-6400. A turkey is suing you out of the blue. 756-6400. Confused about a business startup? 756-6400. That's the number for you. 756-6400. Right here, right now, Chattanooga. Call now. Top flight legal help awaits. Get biz advice now. Representation to fight for your right. What are you waiting for? That's 756-6400. Don't sit on your rights. You've got remedies. Turn your tragedy into cash. You've got the solution from estate planning all the way to probate. Act now.